into it, shall we? Here we are at the KSC, and it is pretty dark. So I think what we're going to do is just warp to sunrise real quick. Lose a little bit there. Perfect. Alright. Now then, let's see what kind of contracts we have active. We have nothing active. But we're going to pick Explore the Mun. Oh, all this is active. My bad. So we've already got Explore the Mun. That is the moon stand-in. And, yeah, let's see what else we've got. Test TD12 decoupler on escape trajectory out of Kerbin. It's possible that we're going to be able to do this going to the Mun. Test this protective shell, escape trajectory, and ferry Fortress safely to our destination and back. They just want suborbital spaceflight for those. So, tell you what, let's do this one, and then maybe we can do the rest of them. Observational surveys of Kerbin. Not really worried about these. We'll probably try and get a plane to do those, so we'll build a plane eventually and use the space plane hangar and all that mess, but for now I'm gonna start ferrying some tourists. So let's get in here and see what we got. So need a command pod. We could potentially use this Stay Putnik. That is a unmanned probe body, whatever, pod, command pod. But we're gonna crew this ship here. Let's put a parachute on it. That looks fine. What is this? Fireworks. I'm not interested. Okay. Let's get our contracts pulled up. So we need room for 4 tourists. And, I need to know where my tourist holder is. Engine plate. Nope. Aha! Mark 1 crew cabin. Crew capacity of 2. So we're gonna need 2 of these to get all our peoples. And we're gonna go ahead and crew this mission. Make sure all of our peoples are in their seats. Perfect. Alright. So we got Jebediah, he's gonna fly, and Ribbles, Milne, Gilrich, and Madlock are gonna be flying in the crew cabin. So we need to put something on here to make sure it doesn't make sure it lands safely, right? We got 1 parachute. We're gonna need some more, I think. So I think we're gonna put 2 of these radial mount parachutes on. And I think we're gonna put 1 drogue chute. We'll put 2 on. Should be alright. And we're gonna get a heat shield to protect the bottom of this as it flies through the atmosphere. Hopefully we can turn our center of mass overlay on, and this thing is gonna be a little more than little top heavy. So what it's gonna try and do is flip, and the pointy end is gonna be the front when it comes back in the atmosphere. We don't want that. We want this taking all the heat. So we're going to try our best to make sure that happens. Suborbital spaceflight, though, is all we have to do, so it doesn't need to orbit. But I'm probably going to try and put enough fuel in it to orbit, so let's turn this music down, shall we? So this is what we want to come back, and maybe we'll put some landing struts on. just to kind of assist with when it actually lands. Alright, so... Oh man, I hope this works. It's just right there. Alright, so we're gonna need a decoupler. Perfect. Where are we at on weight? So we have 3.65 tons right here. Put our decoupler on, and from a previous episode, that's this button I need. Nope. Thought it was this button. There we go. A earlier episode. Where's... Now what? So a previous episode we had a booster that I don't remember how many tons it could put up into orbit, but I think it was 4, and it is not here, which makes me real sad. I'm pretty sure it was this one. Oh, this is what I had used to take Kerbals up into space, it looks like. Because it has the crew cabin. Anyway, I think we're just gonna follow through building this new vehicle. And we're gonna take this subassembly, drop it right there. Booster 1. So how much weight do we have? 2.3 tons? Right there. Where are we at now? 2.39. So I guess that's all. Okay. Alright, well, we'll do 2 at a time. That's fine. This was the ship that I had, so... Put that right back there. And... should be just ready to fly. We do want to move these boosters down. Ever so slightly. About right there should be fine. Is this... I still think the center engine's a little too high. Let's just move those down a little bit. That's perfect. Okay. And then we're going to strut this to make sure that things don't flop around. So we're going to take some of these. Right about there should be good. And then right there. So that'll keep the boosters solid while they fly, because these are pretty weak points. Allows a lot of movement. We're gonna make sure we're crewed up. Yep, we got 2 tourists. And we're gonna go ahead and launch this thing. First thing we've launched in this episode, episode 4. So hopefully we don't screw this up too bad. We shouldn't, I mean. Okay. Make sure our throttle's up. Make sure our stability control is on. And we're gonna 3, 2, 1. Make sure our staging is good. Fire. Up, up, up we go. think about 100. Once we get 100 meters per second here, it's about the time we're going to start turning. Or 1,000 meters in height. It's actually roughly the same time everything happened. So I'm gonna lock on the prograde vector. I think we're just gonna let this thing tilt all on its own. We're not gonna do anything. We're gonna watch this right here. Is our time to reach our apoapsis, the highest point in the flight. I want to keep that at about 50, I think. And turn this over a little faster. So normally we go much faster. Yeah, we need to throttle this way down. Oh! Boy, that was close. That was cool. They just kind of bumped each other and fell down there. Alright, so we're going to watch our boosters fall to their deaths. And we're going to keep going. We are slowing down quite a bit, which is kind of what we wanted. Kind of not. Everything's still looking okay, though. Time to apoapsis has to get much lower here. So I don't really mind that we're going slower at the moment. Alright, now we can pick up the throttle. Perfect. Alright, yeah, we really got to pick up the speed now. And we're going to lock our vector here. Try and get that time to apoapsis to pick up. It's still dropping. It's alright, we only need to reach suborbital space flight, so no biggie. That time will start picking up soon, because we're still heading in a up direction. The problem was that we didn't, our flight was too steep. So we're kind of suffering now, but it should be okay. Like I said, not climbing super fast now, but we are climbing, just very slow. More than anything, though, we are making this orbit happen. Oh, now we've picked up some speed. Let's turn that throttle way down. Yeah. We can near about coast. So what do we want to do? Maybe 75 kilometers. We have the fuel. All about rounding this orbit off now. We are officially in space. And this orbit is near about rounded off. Once we get our apoapsis to our desired height, we're going to cut all power and just coast up. That's about right. Now this is perfect for the mission. We've already accomplished our suborbital spaceflight, so we could bring this right down if we wanted to. And maybe we will. I think we will, just to go ahead and speed things along. So we're going to whip this thing around, retrograde. We're going to time warp. I don't know how much delta V we started with, but we got suborbital 772 meters per second of delta V left, and I believe we could have gotten the orbital with 700 left in the tank. 5 to 600 at the least, or at the least, yeah. Yeah, we definitely could have had that much left, so I think we're doing good. We've had one viewer for quite a few minutes. Appreciate that, whoever that is. You can let me know in the comments if you'd like. We are coming back down and going much too slowly. Oh, let's do a crew report while we're at it. We've already done one around here, so never mind. We're going to speed this up some more here momentarily. Once this little atmosphere gauge gets about right here, we'll start burning up in the atmosphere. It's just a waiting game at this moment. Alright, we've fallen 10 kilometers so far back into the atmosphere. We are about to start seeing some plasma form around this craft. Things are about to get really red. We're going to attempt a crew report again. Okay, so it's just the upper atmosphere. Does us no good to keep trying until we get a little lower. Kerbin's upper atmosphere is just the upper atmosphere, so it doesn't matter if we're over some mountains, the plains, the desert, the ocean. It's all upper atmosphere. Alright. Things are starting to get hot. They're starting to heat up. And we are at 50 kilometers. And falling, just like I said, it got to about right here and we started burning. We have plenty of fuel left in the tank. We can slow ourselves down whenever we feel like it. But we could also hold on to the fuel that we have. Two concurrent viewers right now. What is up? Love it. Like I said, don't forget to say hey in the chat. I don't have to read it out loud if you don't want me to. If you just want it to be for people to read and not hear. You know, that's cool. Oh, we lost one of our concurrent viewers, darn. It's all good. Alright, we're a little over halfway into the atmosphere now. Engine's starting to get a little warm. We got a little temperature gauge that just showed up. So it doesn't tell us what the temperature of it is, because I'm sure that's what the thing that's getting hot is, the engine, right? The Mark 1 crew cabin is manned, but with tourists. It's probably one of the more gentle re-entries we're gonna have. Oh, slow that back down. Things are starting to get hot too, so we're gonna fire up the engine. Slow this thing down a little faster. Alright, we can cut it. The overheat bar disappeared from over here, so. I'm gonna go ahead and activate all our parachutes. Overheat bars creeping back up. Craft is trying to rotate, but we've got it locked on the retrograde vector. So here in a second it'll stop turning. And watch that on the nav ball. We're really starting to slow down now, getting into the thicker part of the atmosphere here. Not the thickest, but thicker. And we are not burning up anymore, cooling right down. And certainly in the thicker part of the atmosphere. With the vessel turned, we are turning. And it might be time to fire up the engine again. There we go. Alright, we can kill it now. I think we're okay. Drogue chutes have deployed fully. One of them. Second one soon to follow. We're going to be landing in the water. We can do a crew report now, I bet. Okay, we've already done one over the water, so no need to do one again. There's the Mun. We'll be going there in just a few minutes. We'll end the episode after we've either gotten there or come back. Now, we have already flown by, so we know we're capable of getting there. I know I'm capable of getting there. I've done it before, but we have proved to the computer that we can do it. We've flown by. We're still falling a little too fast for my liking. If we landed falling this fast, we would destroy the engine, I believe. So we're going to wait until we're maybe inside 100 meters. And we'll fire up the engine. There we go. Kill throttle. Oh, we lost the engine. Darn. And we lost the fuel tank too. That stinks. But that's okay. Maybe we can recover it. I don't know. Nope. That engine stuff is gone. Oops, I did not mean to go into the tracking station. My bad. No tracked objects means, yeah, that engine's gone. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Alright, we are gaining reputation here. And, click on the launch pad. We can load the space ferry again, load our tourists up, and launch the vessel. There seems to be a problem with the space. Aha! That's what it was. This one was not quite complete. This one is. Now we'll load it up with the Kerbals, and we will launch away. There we go. On the launch pad, throttle up, throttle down actually. We have well over enough Delta V to do this mission. I think our chart says 3,400 to get into low carbon orbit at 80 kilometers. So yeah, we could have easily done that last mission also. Beautiful. Alright, let's thrust to weight ratio of 1.26. So, and this is already cut down to 50. Okay. By the time we get here, it'll be 0.65. That's okay. This one we should cut back, I think. The reason we're doing that is, well, it's a little, okay, it doesn't affect LTV numbers at all, but it's a little more gentle, because you saw when we turned that thing on, we flew, buddy. And we just don't need to. Alright, we are ready to launch. 2 more for suborbital spaceflight. And 3, 2, 1, go. KSP-2 is out now. It is something I would like to get, but not anytime soon, as they still have a lot of bugs to work out. Been watching Matt Lowne and Mike Aben play, and it's a great looking game, but there's just no need to go spending my money on it right now. I'm going to turn a little earlier here to get this thing moving down the nav ball sooner. This is much more the speed that I would have liked to do the first go around. By the time we get to 60 degrees, I want to be going about 300. Yep, there we go. Perfect. We are flying right now. So I'm actually going to turn that engine down a lot. 400. We are flying very quickly. We're going to lock there, I think, just for the moment. No, we're going to keep turning it down. Whoa! We almost got hit by those boosters again. Turn up the engine speed. There we go. We're climbing. Get that back down to 50 and we'll turn up as needed. Or is it 45 we're supposed to do? I don't remember what Mike Aben said. Beautiful heading for going to the Mun. 90 degrees. And yeah, we're going to full throttle this thing now. We're going to lock it here. Yeah, we have a weak thrust to weight ratio on this engine. But it's okay. actually going to angle ourselves up a little bit, and we're going to angle ourselves back that way. I think I like that. There we go. I think I like that. Perfect. Our vertical speed is not near what it was a minute ago. It's fallen quite a bit. Our time to apoapsis is dropping, and that's okay. That'll quickly climb in a few moments. 600 meters per second left in this engine here. Left in these fuel tanks. Draining quite nicely. Very evenly, just how we want. Time to apoapsis is already shifting now. Gonna hold there. Let's try and move our prograde marker. Okay. Come on, baby. Perfect 90 degrees. There we go. And we can go ahead and stage. Go ahead and adjust ourselves to... Let's get up to apoapsis now. What an efficient flight. Perfect. We'll stay locked retrograde here, and we have quite a bit of time. Again, this is perfect for what we wanted to do. I think we'll come in a little more gently here. We'll raise our periapsis up to about 45-ish. We have quite a ways till we get there. Can I add a... Ooh! I can add a maneuver. Let's do 45, right? Actually, that's good. So, yeah, only 19.8 meters per second for this burn. And it's literally only going to be 1 second. We're going to have to turn the thrust limiter down on the engine a lot. So I want to burn for... Let's get like... That's good. 19 seconds. Okay, so let's coast up. We'll time warp it. Alright, we're in space. Time warp it faster. Oh, hey. We can actually just do this. Oops. This is the button I was looking for. I forgot where it was. Warps us to a minute before burn. We're going to time warp some more. Alright, slow down. 12 seconds to burn. We will be going full throttle with a very limited engine. Burn time is 15 seconds now, so that's fine. I'm going to burn prograde until I like where we end up. That's fine. So even more fuel this time, and we could have easily circularized. Wow, we saved a lot of fuel somehow. All that's left is to turn around and fall right back to Earth. Kerbin, you know. Alright, we're going to flip retrograde, point the engine in the direction of travel. Yeah, we've already done that. Why do I keep trying to do that? And we're going to fall for a long time. Our periapsis should be low enough that our apoapsis drops below the Kármán line. What is it called? Where the line between what's considered space and what's considered atmosphere. We've fallen 9,000 kilometers now. Now we have. That's 10. I think things start getting hot around 50 kilometers from the surface. I'll flip that to land. Activate our parachutes. And we're just going to wait. Things are starting to get hot. Alright, we are in the atmosphere for sure. So we should be following gently enough that I don't have anything to worry about. We've sped up quite a bit. It's crazy how that happens. I mean, I know we're falling down now, but so gravity's kind of helping pull us down, but starting to hit some air resistance and little camera flip out there. Starting to hit air resistance and yeah, now we're slowing down. Periapsis is now below sea level. Just as I finished that sentence, it dropped. So we're certainly going to touch the ground now. This is what our pilot sees. It's our velocity there, orbital velocity. Nav ball looking okay. Atmosphere gauge. This looks pretty cool in here, actually. Radar altitude. I don't know what that's supposed to be for. Yeah, we are falling pretty quickly. Spin around. Do we see the oh no, we were looking at the surface of Kerbin. Now we're looking at the sky. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, right there. Get out of that. Engine's starting to get a little hot. That should be fine. Again, we have plenty of fuel to slow it down if we want to. But I think we'll be okay. No gauge has popped up down here, so we're doing fine. Still looking good, really starting to slow down now. Oh, we got another part getting a little warm. Maybe it's the engine now. A lot of parts getting warm. It might be starting to look a little dangerous. I still think we're going to be fine. You can see it's turned, the craft has turned a little bit. Hence why we have parts way back here getting too hot. We're very much starting to slow down, so none of that is a concern anymore. We're going to turn SAS off. We'll let it tumble a little bit. I'm going to turn it back on though, now that I've just realized, hey, we need to turn the engine on. Burn up some of this fuel we still have. Drogue chutes deploy. Main chute. I think the craft thought for a minute there we were going to go right back up. We definitely could. We have the Delta V to go up some. Let's do a crew report over the mountains. We're going to keep that. That's going to be good for us to hold on to. We are very, very, very close to the ground. Keep in mind we're also landing close to the mountains. Our Kerbals can't see much at this point. Their window is pointing off towards the sunset, or sunrise, I should say. We're about to touch down, and we will be firing the engine. And we have made contact with the ground and saved the entire craft. How about that? We can roll this thing up the mountain if we want to. But why would we do that? Alright, let's hold it there. Let's do an EVA report if we can. Can we EVA? Yep. So, I would like to do an EVA report at the mountains. We're going to keep that, and we're going to reboard, and we're going to recover. Alright, so that's mission complete. Those 4 tourists have been ferried around suborbital spaceflight. They paid a lot of money to do that. And we got a lot of money for letting them do that. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I thought we were going to get more money. How much did it cost to launch that thing? Maybe we should have redesigned it to hold 4. Oh, 14 grand, that's not bad. Okay. So this is what we have left. Flyby. Oh! Have we not done a flyby of the Mun? I thought we did. It doesn't matter. We're gonna do a flyby now. I really thought we did that already. Maybe we kept having issues. I don't know. And take all that off right there. And if we look at how much this weighs, 2 tons. So we're gonna chunk the crew cabin. Oops, we don't need that anymore. We're gonna zoom in a bit. There we go. So, we have to gather some scientific data from the Mun and return with it. So it's going to be a good time to put on a service bay. to hold all of our scientific experiments. Also, we're going to want to... Oh. Let's click that. We're going to want to... yeah, we've got to test the TD12 decoupler and the Airstream protective shell. So the decoupler we should be able to hold on to. Should be fine. I think. Excuse me, I'm just thinking here for a minute. Let's just go ahead and load up with some science experiments. But we want a science junior also. Let's do it like that, I think. Yes. So our center of mass is here. Actually, I want the center of mass to be towards the bottom, right? Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Let's, think here. Okay, we want to keep this under 2 tons, right? So, like I said, we're gonna load up. Ooh. Maybe we will attempt to put one of these in here to help hold on to our experiments. I think that's a good idea. Alright, let's get some barometers. Let's get some mystery goos. Can we get to everything? Yeah. Let's get some thermometers. We can get to everything. Perfect. Let's do some reading about this. Okay. Doesn't really tell me anything I wanted to know. Still under 2 tons, that's good. Since we're under 2 tons, let's put a... Oh god, no. Let's put another parachute on here, just a bigger one to help slow things down to make sure that we save everything we can. And then we're gonna put this protective shell over everything. Oops. Let's close this. We've got some clipping issues. And that's solved. Beautiful. Spilled fairing. There we go. Oh, I should probably turn on snap there. Alright, we're going to do that. We're going to encapsulate the whole thing. And we're going to turn clamshell deploy on. 4 sides. Let's turn ejection force down. Okay. How do we want this thing to look? I'm thinking the gold. It's just that stripe right there. Oh, and I think it's gold inside too. I don't know. Okay. So there's that part. We are right there, close to 2 tons. That's what we wanted. We're just gonna mount these to the fairing. No, we're not. Just kidding. That would have been cool if we could have done that, though. Let's mount them. Oh, no. Just kidding. There we go. That should hold that steady. And everything looks good to fire off. Still got plenty of Delta V. I think I want to move this to its own thing here. There we go. So I can stage that when I want. And we're gonna call this, should we call our moon mission program series, whatever you want to call it? Mun Science Mission 1. Let's actually call it Flyby. Alright, we've got Booster What attached. I think we're ready to launch. Got all our sciencey stuff. Plenty of parachutes. Heat shield. That actually needs to get attached there, so... let's put another TD12. Okay. And we'll rebuild the fairing. There we go. 3622, that's still good. So hopefully we'll get to do all our tests that we need to do as well. And when we get done with this mission, we can have a clean slate. How long have we been going so far? About an hour. Almost. So good. So we're going to throttle up, turn SAS on. And I don't think there's anything else to do besides launch this bad boy. Let's check our staging again. Oh no. Alright, so let's go back to vehicle assembly. Let's take the vehicle back in the VAB, and we're gonna change the staging around. So this one is good, this one is good. This one can get moved up here. That should be good. So we have this, and this engine fires, and then this can deploy, then that's separate. Let's pull that down there. Okay. And wasn't there a heat shield that we don't want? This one. Don't need that heat shield. Don't really need this decoupler either. should just need that. Boom, boom. Yeah. Now we are trying to fly by the mun. We lost some weight, and yet our delta V went down. We are trying to fly by the mun, but it's still be enough fuel to do everything we need. So let's launch it. Okay. SAS throttle up, and let's get ready to fire off. Okay, our delta V went back. Weird. Let's get ready to fire off in 3, 2. Check this. Oh, let's turn this down again. I like that. That helped us save fuel. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. We are on our way. I think we're going to do like we did last flight and begin to turn right now. Get our prograde vector locked in place. Try and turn it a little bit faster. There we go. We are falling a little bit faster than I wanted to, and we are driving the ship a little bit more. We've cut the liquid fuel engine off. Boosters are carrying us pretty quickly right now. There we go. We watch our boosters slow down and soon to fall. I think it's F5 or F4. There we go. Let's see how far away those are. Time to apoapsis is dropping, which is okay. It's going to be going up way fast here shortly. Still plenty of fuel in this stage. Plenty. I'm gonna point up a little bit. Try and get our vertical speed to climb a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go, we're climbing now. Reduce throttle as we are going to be approaching the perfect time to apoapsis here shortly. Cut the engine power a bit more. There we go. Really getting everything out of this engine that we can. Here's what we'll do. We'll burn all the fuel out of this stage. There we go. And we are going to coast for a bit. Like I said, we're just trying to get all the goodie out of what we've got. We want to hold on to this fuel as long as we can. We need to be on an escape trajectory for all of these things. And something that I did not consider was the fact that I need a coupler here for the escape trajectory part. But it'll be okay. Alright. Starting to approach where we need to be. Let's go ahead and angle this right about 10 degrees. Just bump that up a little bit. There we go. And we're gonna stage. Oh, we have messed up there somehow. Let our time come down. Why are we trying to be so efficient? I guess it really doesn't matter that we be this efficient, but it's just a thing I like to do. Let's time warp. You know what? Forget it. Let's just get up to apoapsis here. We're going for 80 kilometers here. Beautiful. Perfect. Alright. Now we will add a maneuver here, which will just be a very, very, very slight burn to circularize it. 80. Yeah, that's really close right there. Again, it's like a nothing burn too. Is it a time warp there? Let's go back to normal time warp. Oh, we can only time warp so fast because we're not in space. We're almost there though. This burn will cost even less once we get up into space. I'm so sorry, everybody, that I just want to be so efficient. I have saved even more fuel, and I'm addicted. We are almost in space. Almost there. Alright, let's slow down. Okay, so the burn doesn't cost any less. So we're going to time warp to the maneuver. Cut the thrust limiter down. Okay. In all honesty, we could probably afford to just get about here to our current periapsis and then burn like crazy to get to the mun, but we're gonna do the circularization thing. Almost there. There we go. Alright. That could not have went any better, honestly. We're at a beautiful 90-degree heading, so that's actually going to work pretty well. Oops. There we go. So let's see what it's going to take to get a mud encounter. That's all we need. We just gotta drag our maneuver node around. That's gonna be good. Actually, no, it's not. So we wanna, what we're trying to do now is get the most perfect flyby of the Mun that gets us very, very close to Kerbin still. And we want to ensure that we're going to be able to have the Delta V to come back. There we go. Oh, that's wonderful. Yep, we will have everything we need here. Actually, no, we need to cancel this. Okay, so let's rethink this here. Just... Oh, we have the Delta V, so it's not like it's a huge issue. Alright, the second here I'll be able to explain what I'm doing a little better. We don't need to fly by very closely. That's all we need. Crap, so what was I gonna say? So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get close to the Mun, do what we need to do there, and then from here, oh, we'll have to do that burn later. Okay, so what we were trying to do is we want to get into the Mun's sphere of influence. We will be on an escape trajectory of Kerbin. Let's actually cut this back a bit. Okay, that one I can be happy with. So this way, we'll already be planning to land back on Kerbin by the time before we have our Mun encounter, before we actually escape Kerbin's SOI. and enter the months. So we'll be able to do everything we need to do here, I think. We can test this and this on our escape trajectory. Perfect. Okay. So now what we need to do is turn this up. But just enough. Okay. So we'll time warp now. There we go. Alright, we are about ready to fire and head towards the Mun. "30 seconds before we start burn." "15. Let's get in position here. And fire. Try and get this as close as we can. Like I said, the goal of this was to be coming back to Kerbin before we ever get in the moon's SOI. We want to have this planned. We can do all our tests and know that we're going to come back after we ditch our engine and fuel tank. Oops. Alright, where'd that put us? Should be okay. It's going to require a little bit of delta V. Oh, we're going to turn down this engine's thrust limiter a lot again. Alright, we are on our way to our next maneuver. Actually, we can just time warp. Oh, there we go. Oh, crapola. Have we already... Oh. I think we're already orbiting the Mun. Crap! That stinks. It's alright. Just gonna go ahead and burn and see what we get. We can save this. There we go. That's what we wanted. Slip it around again. Okay. Let's time warp yet again. Oh, what the heck? So I could have done it? I know what we'll do. Alright, it's time warp again. Flown by the moon once. So now we're gonna do number 2. Alright. So let's go here. Number 1. Oh shoot. I might have messed this up more than I want to admit. So I'm pretty sure it wants an escape trajectory straight out of Kerbin. So we're gonna scrap. Yeah, we're just gonna. Okay. Let's just deploy that. Got stuck. Conduct our material study over the mun. Great. Check our pressure data. Okay. What we could do, go ahead and slow ourselves down. That does not help at all. Alright, so we've done everything above the mun. Warped there. Okay. Okay, we've stored that, so we can close that up. keep that experiment. Log temperature. Log pressure. Okay. Let's collect all the data so far. Okay. Now we need to burn retro. We've got enough fuel to do it, yes. Okay, that should be good. And now, well, we're gonna time warp to till we can't no mo. Excellent. No longer time warping. We're gonna turn the vessel around. Flip retrograde. Oh shoot. Close those doors. Oh, we are flying. Fire the engines to slow down a little bit. Okay. Let's get a free camera. There we go. In a moment we're gonna ditch this fuel tank and all. There we go. Oh no! Oh my lord. Oh god. We're gonna die. Oh no! What did I do wrong? I think the decoupler was between this and the heat shield. Yeah. We're actually climbing in altitude right now, but that will soon stop. Our apoapsis is dropping very quickly and will soon become our periapsis. Yep. Alright, we're stuck in the atmosphere now. And our periapsis is beginning to fall pretty quick. Launch parachutes. It's a good thing that we have that transfer unit. Ooh, let's close that back. It's a good thing we have that little experiment container. trying to slow down a little bit faster. Not that it really matters. At this point, we're pretty much done. We can time warp to get this over with. Crew report does no good. We're still in the upper atmosphere. And we are really starting to burn now. See, we've not even really got into the thick part, so it's all good. We're really starting to slow down too. And the vessel has decided to kind of flip. And that's where we're at now. There we go. That's wonderful. Let's time warp again. Jebediah has returned from his flyby of the Mun. We can cut that drogue. Cut that drogue. And we're going to fall very slowly down to the surface. Our experiments have made it home safely, and we're going to be able to unlock some more of that tech tree. Sorry that mission took so long. Just trying to get everything right, and turns out it wasn't going to work out anyway. Let's talk about that. So, you have to be on an escape trajectory of Kerbin, and we weren't. We were just in a capture of the Mun. So, we're not escaping Kerbin, just going to the Mun. So we're going to have to really be going somewhere to complete that one. Should have got some lovely science points for all that stuff. We got quite a bit, and we got a lot of money too. If we go to the tech tree, see, we're not fully tier 4 yet, but we have 246 science points, so we can unlock a good bit here. The Octo here lets us do just ability assist. Okay, well that's lame. Get battery packs, the Oxstat panels. With miniaturization we get the docking ports, which will be important soon. Space exploration gets us the hitchhiker storage container, lamps, rover legs, repair kits, advanced construction. It's gonna come in handy soon too. Choices, choices, choices. Fuel systems. This will come in handy very much so with the fuel ducts, the bigger fuel tanks, propulsion systems, some small engines, and some big engines here. So we can fly by the Mun right now. There's not a whole lot of need for all these fuel systems just yet, because we can still get very, very close to the Mun. We can orbit the Mun, and then of course deorbit ourselves from the Mun. So it might benefit us to go for some more science-y stuff. We don't unlock any more science experiments until we get here, it seems. So we've about got all the science experiments we're going to get for right now. Satellites are a thing that we're going to be able to start thinking about too. We can set those to orbit other bodies. We can start sending probes to other planets entirely. Decisions, decisions. Let's research electrics. We need to get something else. I say let's go for fuel systems, flight control. And that's all the science points we have. We can probably do another... We can certainly do a flyby of Minmus next and get some, these two. And that will help a lot. Okay, the question is, do we go to the Mun again? Go to Minmus now, or do we end? That's the question. What do we have at mission control? Explore Kerbin. Rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit of Kerbin. Be some quick money, but it's really not worth it to do. Science data from the surface of the Mun. So I think, I don't know if we're quite ready for this yet. But we'll get it. We'll get this one. Alright, so we'll go out of here. And let's, oh, I'm sorry. Let's go to back to mission control and look at these. So we want to, next episode we're going to be getting some science data from space around Kerbin. That'll be very easy. We'll launch the same craft, as a matter of fact. Science data from the surface of the Mun. We will be needing to, of course, land on the Mun to get that one, and that's going to be our next big objective. Let's take a look at some of these parts. We can also build a probe. We're going to rename this Mun/Minmus. Actually, we need to save. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, Lord. There we go. Alright. So, as long as we don't complete this contract, we get to keep this until we do. But we'll be unlocking those soon. We've got all our science on this thing. It's a fairly cheap craft, too. So you figure we could launch one to go to Minmus, get scientific data out there. We could low orbit Minmus in the mun with it, I think, or low flyby at least. I don't think this is going to be orbiting any of those bodies. And then to turn around and come back, I don't think that's quite possible, but we can try. What else do we have? So we have the Octo Probe Core. So that's gonna come in handy. Unfortunately, it's just got stability assist, no prograde or retrograde hold. But that's alright. Jebediah is still only level 1. So we'll want to get him leveled up by orbiting the Mun and Minmus, I think. Fuel tanks, got quite a few more fuel tanks. So this is excellent. This is another... it's actually bigger, okay. Trying to see where it says size, but it doesn't. Well, that's fine. We have all the adapters to make it work. We just don't have the engines to really utilize these fuel tanks well, but that's okay. We'll get them soon. Got our reaction wheels, some structural parts. We still have the same stuff. No robotics. Same stuff there. Same payload stuff. New aerodynamic stuff. Same landing struts. Same thermal. Now we've got different battery pack and our first solar panels. Got a high gain antenna. We got some lights, so we'll be able to put some lights on our spacecraft. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. That was quite entertaining. Next episode, I reckon we're going to be launching to Minmus and getting that science for around Kerbin. So you join us next time. We'll see you then. Peace out. Don't forget to follow us on all our socials also. Yeah, see you later. Oops, wrong one. Wrong one. Oh my gosh.